remind everybody that Rudy is from Earth, where we have very much established the fact that slavery is never a good idea. And yet somehow Rudy is like, oh, I don't know, some slaves seem to be happier than they were before they were slaves, which, nope. So, if you're still watching Mashuka Tensei, I don't care about your opinions on anime. I actually don't care about your opinions on anything. I dropped it the second that he groped a child that was asleep that was also his cousin. But this is a real cherry on top.
Okay, so that is the big thing that I am addressing. Look at that face. That's the big thing I'm addressing. I can even write it down. I might make like a little text thing. That is the thing that I am addressing. It has nothing to do with his opinion on this, because I actually think his opinion is very fair. It has to do with, if you are currently watching, he does not care about your opinion on anime and doesn't care about your opinion on anything. He attacks your character, your individual character, for watching and enjoying a show. That is what we are attacking today. That is what we are defending today. Everything else is just little things that are coming from it. So if you need to come back to this concept, remember that it is his attack on your character for watching and enjoying the show, or just watching the show, right? You don't even need to be enjoying it, just watching it. Your opinion's not valid. You're subhuman to him. All right, I will be honest, I was strongly debating on whether or not I was even going to make this video, because like this is like, I mean, like, I'm directly, all of me is coming out on this. Like I'm gonna get emotional. And yeah, it's the thing of it is, like, the main reason why I'm even so emotional about it has little to do with his opinion regarding it. It has to do with the invalidation of an opinion because of it. And like, yeah, so I was debating on whether or not I was going to do this, because like, yeah, but I just want, worst case scenario, I don't even end up uploading this. But my which direction do I? Yeah, I need to go this way. But I just want my I just want to make this what we'll be doing here is we will be looking at NC Hammer 23's Nick's recent stuff regarding his thoughts on Jobless Reincarnation. And yeah, like, if it was just an opinion, like, have your opinion. I couldn't care less. But it's not. It's like, there's more to it. That's why I'm like, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna like break this up into chapters. If I do this, and then at the end I'm going to like rant about everything. I might recover some stuff, and then like I'm going, like, it's gonna be about hopefully the stuff that I don't cover. We're gonna go through each of his videos on this. So if you like it, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe stuff. It'll help us grow, and I hope I won't get hated for this. I hope Nick doesn't block me, because I really like his content. I like all the work he puts into his Naruto stuff, because like he does these deep dives, and like it just makes me feel like I'm actually like learning something and stuff, and like I always enjoyed it. And that's another reason why like I was kind of like concerned about making this. But like it's just like, you're a fan of someone, and then like they just outright tell you your opinion doesn't matter. It's just, it hurts, I guess. And like it's not like we're like buddies or anything like that. It's not like I talk to him regularly or anything like that. It's just more of like, if you're a fan of something and like they tell you that your opinion doesn't matter, it sucks. So we're gonna address this one, and then we're gonna address the point of like this first video will be the main like topic of discussion. All the things that we get into after that will just be adding on to the fact that this is the main topic of discussion. So let's go ahead and watch this, and then you'll get. I'll explain the core of it.
So I don't know how many of you heard, because hopefully a lot of you aren't watching season 2 of Mushoku Tensei, but it got worse. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mushoku Tensei is also known as Jobless Reincarnation. It's an isekai that follows a main character by the name of Rudy Greyrat, who gets reincarnated into this fantasy world where he's a crazy powerful mage. Yep. And it's currently the most popular isekai on Earth. Now, Mushoku Tensei
and a side tangent, I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that Jobless was so popular. I really had no idea. It kind of always felt like it was one of those things that was like not really talked about that much, but like I never looked that much into it, but I guess like there's a lot of like hate watching or whatever.
With controversy since the moment it dropped. And 100% of that blame falls on the main character, Rudy, who's a 30-year-old man who reincarnates as a baby, is a pedophilic R-word who eventually marries his own cousin. Everything about him, horrifically bad. He essays a child that he's related to. But if that wasn't bad enough, in season 2, Rudy just bought a child slave. And since people weren't super stoked about that, understandably, the author was asked why Rudy did that. To which, and I'm going to read the direct quote, he said about Rudy's. He doesn't really have any feelings of hatred for slavery. He feels like it's not necessarily the case that all slaves are universally unhappier as slaves than they were before becoming slaves. So while kidnapping is evil, he can't say with certainty that slavery itself is evil, and doesn't want to impose his own sense of justice upon a culture he's unfamiliar with. What? I'd like to remind everybody that Rudy is from Earth, where we have very much established the fact that slavery is never a good idea. And yet somehow Rudy is like, oh, I don't know, some slaves seem to be happier than they were before they were slaves, which, nope. So, if you're still watching Mushoku Tensei, I don't care about your opinions on anime. I actually don't care about your opinions on anything. I dropped it the second that he groped a child that was asleep that was also his cousin. But this is a real cherry on top.
Okay, so that is the big thing that I am addressing. Look at that face. That's the big thing I'm addressing. I can even write it down. I might make like a little text thing. That is the thing that I am addressing. It has nothing to do with his opinion on this, because I actually think his opinion is very fair. It has to do with, if you are currently watching, he does not care about your opinion on anime and doesn't care about your opinion on anything. He attacks your character, your individual character, for watching and enjoying a show. That is what we are attacking today. That is what we are defending today. Everything else is just little things that are coming from it. So if you need to come back to this concept, remember that it is his attack on your character for watching and enjoying the show, or just watching the show, right? You don't even need to be enjoying it, just watching it. Your opinion's not valid. You're subhuman to him for watching it, right? Because that's what that means to me. I mean, I could be taking it personally, but like I don't know how else to take that. If your opinion, if someone looks at you and says that your opinion does not matter, like that's a human right to have and give an opinion. You could disagree with the opinion just fine, but you're not allowing that to even matter. So we're going to address everything here in this one, and then we're going to go into the other one. So I wanted you to be able to hear the entire thing, so you were able to hear it without me interrupting it directly. And then now we're going to clip through everything, so that way you can get a general idea. So, and like the best part about this is like, I don't want to misquote him in any kind of capacity. So we'll go back to the beginning, and then we're going to do like some pause plays, maybe.
So I don't know how many of you heard, because hopefully a lot of you aren't watching season 2 of Mushoku Tensei, but it got worse. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mushoku Tensei is also known as Jobless Reincarnation. It's an isekai
now, first off the bat, yes, I absolutely agree with him in terms of his addressment of Rudy's character. Rudy does horrendous things. We should not condone the horrendous things he does. We shouldn't. He's a 34-year-old man inside of a kid's body. We should not condone the bad things that he does. But I'd also like to say that, like, this could be said about 100% of media in general, and I'll explain why.
Guy that follows a main character by the name of Rudy Greyrat, who gets reincarnated into this fantasy world where he's a crazy powerful mage. And it's currently the most popular isekai on Earth. Now, Mushoku Tensei has been wrought with controversy since the moment it dropped. Yep. And 100% of that blame falls on the main character, Rudy, who is a 30-year-old man who reincarnates as a baby, is a pedophilic R-word who eventually
do not condone that.
Everything about him, horrifically bad. He essays a child that he's related to. But if that wasn't bad enough,
I'm not going to be here defending that. I will not be here defending that. That is not what this is about.
Rudy just bought a child slave. And since people weren't super stoked about that, understandably, the author was asked why Rudy did that. To which, and I'm going to read the direct...
Yeah, so he's reading the direct quote, and we will address it, like, each individual thing because of the fact that, like, it makes more sense for Rudy to have this moral understanding and structure than the one that Nick would impose on him.
Direct quote, he said, about Rudy's, he doesn't really have any feelings of hatred for slavery. He feels like it's not necessarily the case that all slaves are universally unhappier as slaves than they were before becoming slaves. So while kidnapping is evil, he can't say with certainty that slavery itself is evil and doesn't want to impose his own sense of justice upon a culture he's unfamiliar with. What?
Okay.
I'd like to remind everybody that Rudy is from Earth, where we have very much established the fact that slavery is never a good idea.
You know what's also never a good idea? The fact that the normal people in his society beat him and violated him. The culture he was a part of beat him and violated him. Stripped him of clothes and hung him on banisters for the world to see. That is what the society that that's not okay with our standards. So him having morally questionable character flaws makes perfect sense for his character because he doesn't understand societal norms. Because why would he? The normal people did very bad things to him. So it makes sense for him to look at slavery and shrug at it, unsure, neutral stance. But you can be upset at the fact that how could you buy a slave? You monster. You could be upset at that if you want to be. But the alternative was also, like, I mean, it's not like he could free all the slaves without, starting a riot or anything like that. He would have to fight everyone. And murder. Don't even get me started on murder. He'd have to fight everyone, right? So, you might not like slavery. Most people don't. All people don't, I assume. Hate slavery. Morally against. I get it. But if you were comparing her life being among the slave trader versus what her life became, I think about it on an empathetic level. Where would I want to be if I was in those shoes? Yes, I'd love to be free. That would be fantastic. Damn Skippy. But sometimes you don't get that option in life, right? So, like, well, I could stay here and wish for death, or I could get a substantially better life. Yes, sure, it's not perfect, but it's better than being bought by anyone else where they would be used for very terrible things. Pretending that that's not a better course of action is disingenuous. But I'm not condoning slavery as a whole because of that. What I am acknowledging is the fact that it is in fact a better life. She's no longer wishing for death. That's a start. Be fantastic. I think I think someone mentions here in the comments. I don't know how true this is because I haven't gotten there yet. But someone mentions in the comments let me see. That she actually, like, after, like, the next episode, she ends up, like, they free her, but, like, it hasn't like aired yet, so, like, I guess, like, it would be in the manga. I'm not, like, caught up on the manga. Okay. Actually, I want to address this. This wasn't even what I was looking for. I want to address this comment that Nick responded on. So, Rock Ghost said, still gonna watch it. Nick replied, congrats on being the reason the anime community gets a bad rap. Keep doing the bad work. Do you not realize that you are encouraging the bad behavior? That's the whole reason why I'm even making this video, is because of how you addressed the very end of it, to where your opinion doesn't matter. You're subhuman because, I mean, like, how else are we supposed to take that? You're making them want to watch it out of spite. Instead of actually appealing to their humanity, you chose to make them want to watch it out of spite. You come in here with this listen to me or else you're a piece of shit mentality, encourages people to contradict you, to conflict with you. You are creating your own enemies. At least if you actually appealed to their humanity, there would have been a possibility that people would have actually have considered your point of view and might have dropped off because of it. Now you're just having people double down. More people double down. Most of your comments are about how this is either this is a terrible take, or how they're making direct comparisons to, like, other. Yeah. Oh wait, here it is. Yeah, someone said, I'm willing to watch the character growth happen. The child was being treated terribly, and I know she'll do better with him. Exactly. That is exactly what I was saying. I'm not condoning slavery. I'm condoning making the best out of the worst situation. Because that's, unfortunately, how I live most of my life, is making the best out of it. So that in of itself becomes relatable. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to relate to slavery, but I can relate to making the best out of a worst case scenario. And then she gets her freedom literally the next episode, and she's she's living happily. But yeah, I was like, and we got to mention where it says it gets worse. Yeah, the thing of it is, the mannerisms and the things that the characters do. Yes, the thing about this world is that, like, no one's, like, absolved of being a shitty person. Like, a good chunk of this world is just filled with shitty people, which kind of makes it a good story, because who we're following is not the least shitty, but someone that, like, just kind of fits perfectly among it, right? In their shitty behavior. But let's continue addressing this real quick.
And yet somehow Rudy is like, oh, I don't know, some slaves seem to be happier than they were before they were slaves, which... Nope. So, if you're still watching Mushoku Tensei, I don't care about your opinions on anime. I actually don't care about your opinions on anything. I dropped it to...
Yep, so, like, to just attack... Because that's... I mean, like, I get, like, if he has... Like, I get on the concept of you have the right to not like someone's opinion. Like, I'm not, like, harping on that. But that's not the issue. Like, your opinion just doesn't even matter. That's the issue. And it's like, it's not like, oh, well, like, you know, your opinion's going to change the world or anything like that. No, it's about, like, having the human aspect of having an opinion. That's all. I mean, like, I probably wouldn't agree with everything anyone's saying in the comments here, right? But that's fine. That's the whole point of having opinions.